I wanna sleep on the hard ground in the comfort of your arms. I'm gonna skip, say, God would take me away. I'll pause it anyways. Okay, today we are talking about.
What episode is it? We didn't even.
I don't care what episode is it.
Welcome to Out of Pocket episode.
Okay.
You'll figure it out.
Straight to the point here.
Look at the thumbnail.
We got the NFL because it's just post Super Bowl.
Unfortunately, we're not gonna talk about the Super Bowl.
We are going to talk about why the NFL wants everyone to hate St. Louis because they're little turds and they literally want everybody to hate St. Louis.
Shout out the Eagles.
Yes.
Nobody likes the Chiefs.
Hey, they not like us.
Everybody hates the Eagles.
Big
Yeah.
dubs, big dubs. Chiefs are trash.
So, Owen, why do you think that the NFL just doesn't like St. Louis so much?
I honestly don't know.
You don't know?
Nope.
Jansen.
Why do I think?
Yeah, why do you think the NFL just shutters St. Louis away?
I think they think it's not a big enough market. For
That's
them.
what I would say. I'd say it's got to do with they don't think it's a big market, which
Which I mean is.
it's fair on one hand, but I feel like we should look it up.
You
Is
can't-
there what other cities are there that have a smaller market than St. Louis? We'll just do
Jacksonville?
population.
Jacksonville.
Population
Jacksonville's
of
small.
St.
Oakland, they don't have a team anymore. Sorry, guys.
Oops.
Yeah, oopsies. Yeah, and San Diego, they left San
Well,
Diego.
Green Bay, but I mean, you really can't hate on Green Bay.
You can't hate on
because
Green Bay.
a-
That's really cool. That's in, like, literal town. But the thing with St. Louis is it's a small market. But
But look at like the Battlehawks, right? They were saying there wasn't enough attendance to keep the Rams around or whatever, and that they wouldn't build a new stadium because it was too expensive and nobody even liked the Rams.
I know.
But look at the Battlehawks; they had the most attendance at every single one of their games than any UFL team in the entire league.
yeah.
That's got to say something just about the people in St. Louis.
Think about the capacity of Busch Stadium. It's 40-something thousand.
Yeah,
And then, like, the Battlehawks were putting 40,000 fans
as
at
a
every game.
as a UFL
as a
team.
spring football team. St. Louis loves football. There's no doubt about it. We will show up for any of our teams. The soccer team we just got, they're sold out every game. I don't even like soccer, but I would go support it
just because it's St.
just
Louis.
to go experience a St. Louis sports team. I mean,
In the Cardinals before the owner situation.
yeah, our attendance is always second in the league behind the Dodgers. It's always second.
Was.
Now, even with our product not being as good, we probably fell down to maybe like 5th, 6th in attendance.
That's probably behind all like the San Diego and Los Angeles, like the
Yeah.
3 teams there. I'm sure.
Yeah, but they're good,
Tons
and
of-
we're still up there. It's not a fan problem in St. Louis at all. Like,
No,
we'll
it's-
go support teams. It's more of I just think just more being greedy, wanting more money. I understand in a way the Rams move. I hate it as a St. Louis person. I understand because LA is a great market. I mean, Jesus, like, SoFi Stadium is an amazing venue. It's a great spot to have a football team. But that's a complete mess anyways. They have 2 teams. They have nobody even know, like, LA Chargers, like, nobody's going to I don't really think any LA people are really invested into football. They just go because it's a thing to do.
Yeah.
Whereas, like, St. Louis is like they
They
go
don't.
because they love football.
Yeah.
Like, what's another place that they go to? Like, Kansas City. They go to football games because they love football, not because it's just go. Like, they love football. Like, St. Louis is a great market.
Same with like Philadelphia. You see how crazy their fans
I know.
are.
And this has happened. I don't know, 3 or 2 times. We had the St. Louis Cardinals at one point,
Way back in the day.
way back. They played at Busch Stadium. I don't know. I don't think the Dome won there, obviously. But so yeah. But if you think about it though, from a Rams standpoint, we had Georgia Frontier was the owner, or I don't know. Maybe she inherited the team, bought the team. I don't know. She did move them from L.A. to St. Louis, so it was L.A.'s team in the first place. And we built the Dome for an expansion team. Like, the reason that the seats are red and blue is because they wanted to attract the Patriots. Like, actually, the Patriots, they were trying to get the Patriots to move to St. Louis. That didn't end up happening. Then Frontier bought the Rams, moved them to St. Louis. Jansen's getting bored. But
I'm chilling.
I'm interested.
so that's what really happened there. So L.A., technically, they did get their football team back, so L.A. should have had a football team the whole time, though. But it just blows my mind that the NFL, like, I know they're not going to expand because the players have to vote in favor of it, and the owners have to vote in favor of an expansion in the
I
NFL.
don't know. I bet they will eventually.
If-
I don't
Eventually.
think they're expanding anytime soon.
Not anytime soon.
They really I mean, obviously, as St. Louis sports fans, we want them to, but I don't think they really have any reason to expand.
Yeah.
Obviously, if they do expand, it's going to be for one reason and one reason only, and that's obviously more money. But
yeah.
I'm
They're-
happy that St. Louis got money out of that whole relocation. And they could have got more. I cannot believe they settled at $800 million or $700 million, whatever it was. I can't believe they settled for that because they got billions. And I almost feel like St. Louis is like honestly not. They're not. They didn't use that money for like. What did they do? What did they do with that money?
The
They made renovations to the not the dome. They didn't make. They used some of the money for the turf and the lights, but they didn't use anything else. They didn't do anything else. I think that the what do they call it? The America Center. They put like. They built a new building and then have like a cool sign that says St. Louis, millions of dollars blown. Like, I don't understand it. They should have put it in the city and then, making renovations for the dome. The dome is, honestly, I'm not going to lie, it's in rough shape.
Yeah.
It's an old stadium. I understand that. But it's not like St. Louis wasn't giving effort at that time. They gave effort. They had a whole stadium drawing done. They had a whole thing. They had a name for it. That was millions of dollars that they spent into it. And I just can't the freaking just going, nah, screw you guys. We're just gonna go to LA. And also with the Rams, you can see what makes me so mad is when people just say, oh, well, they weren't good in St. Louis. They purposely were bad. You can see it. They tanked on purpose to show that our attendance was low and that we weren't a good market for football when we literally had
kind of like Oakland.
Crap product on the field. I don't care who you are as a sports town. I mean, if your team's crap,
you know what's funny about
You
the
have nothing
Rams
to root
sucking
for.
too, though? I was a Broncos fan, and when they had Peyton Manning, were really good. It was that year the Broncos were probably like 12-4, and the Rams were like a 3-13 team that year. I went to a Broncos Rams game in St. Louis as a Broncos fan. Rams were like the worst team in the NFL. Broncos were the best team in the NFL. Rams beat them by 30. It was
Yeah, that happens.
I was very disappointed. I've went to 2 Broncos games. They got blown out by the terrible Rams,
15.
and then I went to them playing the Chiefs, and they scored a whopping 3 points.
Wikipedia is bad for this.
So I have a bad record as going as a Bronco fan to Bronco games.
They don't have any of their records on here, though. That's the problem. I'm trying to
I
look
feel like
at
I have a
this.
bad record at Cardinal games, too. I know this is
Has-
kind of off topic, but every time I go to a Cardinal game, I feel like they lose.
Has St. Louis ever had a professional basketball team, like an NBA team or anything?
The Hawks back in the day.
Really?
Yeah.
I thought they had, but I couldn't remember.
We had the St. Louis Hawks. We used to have the St. Louis Cardinals.
Football team, yeah.
We used to have the St. Louis Browns as a baseball team.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to have to go off the top of my head here, but I know. So we won the Super Bowl in 2000 or 1999. I think it was 1999.
It was
wasn't
somewhere in there. That was the one where they
1999 or
stopped,
2000. I wouldn't
they
know.
stopped the Titans on the 1-yard line.
Yeah.
Greatest show on turf.
Yeah.
With,
So,
Kurt
I mean,
Warner.
pretty much, yeah, 2001. I know they were good then.
The cashier no, he was a bagger. That's
Yeah,
what
the
she-
I'm
grocery
sure
store.
2002, 2003, it was kind of, they were all right probably.
Yeah, probably.
So you go to my birth year, 2007, but you go from 2007 to 2015, and it's like a purposeful tank. It's like they just didn't care. They did not care about putting a good product on the field. It's pretty much Stan Kroenke to blame. He had this planned out.
Well, the thing I'll say about after some quick Google search, I found it looked like, according to this little AI generated thing, I didn't look into it that far. There was about 7, I think it was, I counted, markets that are smaller than St. Louis that have a team right now. It was like, it said Green Bay, obviously.
Yeah.
I think it said Indianapolis was a smaller market, which I don't know about that one, but
Yeah.
It's just
Buffalo, which
sick.
Buffalo definitely I would say is probably a smaller market.
But kind of like how St. Louis would be. Their fans are just crazy.
Yeah.
You know, that's why they stay around because they're such a.
Nashville, it said, was a smaller market. Of course, may not think Nashville, but Tennessee Titans are in Nashville.
Yeah.
And thing for me, I could see if they wanted to relocate a team to St. Louis. The problem is, what team could you guys see going there? I don't see.
I don't like relocation whatsoever for anything. I don't.
I think it almost has to be an expansion team.
I hate it.
But
I
that's the
hate it.
problem too. Expansion team, right? We just said that because the only way I could see it happening anytime soon is a team moving. Not, I don't see expansion coming.
I'm just trying to think of the top markets that you would look at. Because obviously St. Louis, they don't. It's not going to happen. It
Like
just
saying
sucks.
where else they're
Yeah,
gonna-
like their top markets.
Well, the
of
problem
where
with
to
the
pick.
NFL expanding too that you got to look at, some sports, the way they're set up, like hockey, is really easy to expand to because they bring because if you think about the way they do like playoffs and divisions,
Mm-hmm.
yes, there are divisions in hockey, but the playoffs is based off your conference, right?
Yeah.
So if you add two teams into hockey, put one on this side, one on this side, you're balanced. Think about how many teams you would have to add to balance out the division.
Yeah.
You would, because there's 8 divisions, and if you added 2 teams, those 2 teams where they got stuck, that division would be at a complete disadvantage.
Yeah, the NHL has nothing to lose expanding either. It just grows the game. That's all it does. Like the
Well, yeah.
NHL could, the NBA. I mean,
The NHL is also a lot smaller than the NFL.
It is.
Market size and what they
yeah, they don't. But they don't have to have 60,000 fans every game. They only gotta have like 18,000 a game. It's in an arena. And
I think it'd be really cool if St. Louis got an NBA team. I don't think.
I think it'd be cool.
I
It'd
think
be
it'd really
good.
cool.
I'm not a fan of the NBA. I could really.
Well, you got to think though. Also, Kansas City doesn't have an NBA team.
Yeah.
Kansas City would be a good
What's
market.
probably the closest NBA team to here?
Oklahoma City probably,
OKC.
or Chicago. I don't know which one of those two is closer.
It's probably pretty similar.
Probably about the same. Oklahoma City's
I was gonna
probably a
say
little shorter.
Okay, yeah,
Yeah.
Memphis isn't that far either, but
No.
I would say it's further than those two though.
probably.
But it's one of those.
Yeah. When we were at the Herman game, I seen when we were walking out, I seen a guy with a Rams like jacket on. I was just like, ugh. It's still just like such a weird thing because we all love football so much. Like everybody, even here, like the Super Bowl, we all watch it. We all watch the NFL. We're all in it. It's like
The NFL's the only one that I actually would say I religiously watch.
there's been games that they go to the top markets of like for TV viewership. In St. Louis, there's been games where they've beat out the home team's market and viewership for a team. It's like mind blowing, but St. Louis just loves football, and I just cannot believe that we're neglected like this.
Well, it's kind of interesting we bring up the Chiefs. I didn't even think about that, but saying the Chiefs makes me think about if there were to be, I wonder if the Chiefs could possibly be driving a new NFL team away from St. Louis because there's already a team in Missouri.
Yeah,
I think it does in a way.
Because, of course, like out here, I'm not, but like the
95%
team
of
right
people,
here
yeah.
is Chiefs fans.
Yeah, it is.
If they add a team to St. Louis, are the Chiefs fans going to go back to St. Louis, or are they going to stay Chiefs fans? And that
Yeah,
I wonder
that's
if that
true.
could also drive it away. Because St. Louis, while the city's fairly big, you also got to look at because like places like Owensville, places around here too. I mean, people
Yeah,
that
right in
still
the middle.
travel to the game. Yeah,
Still in the middle, kind of. We're closer to St. Louis, obviously, but yeah, I don't know.
I mean,
That's a
think how many
good
people
thing.
think how many people live in Missouri that are Chiefs fans.
Oh, it is the football team of Missouri. It's a fact.
Exactly. And would a team in St. Louis be able to bring those fans back? And to be honest, unless because you gotta look at a lot of people are bandwagons.
Oh, 100%.
But if the Chiefs stay good and a team came to St. Louis right now, I don't think they would have a very good fan base.
I don't
know.
That's complete poop, dude.
I just
We go to Battlehawks
I
games.
think.
I know, but do you really think the people that are Chiefs fans are going to leave the Chiefs and go back to a team in St. Louis?
I would.
I don't think they would. I'm talking about like in mass numbers. Like obviously some people would.
I think in mass numbers, the people in like around St. Louis that love just love football here, I think that they're still going to root for the Chiefs a little bit, but they're going to devote their attention to the St. Louis team.
I agree with Matt. Yeah.
Like that, I know that almost 100%. Like, there's going to be some people who are like, oh, St. Louis football, like, they're just going to be crap, and I'll just root for the Chiefs. But,
But also, it's probably going to drive new fans that haven't, don't really watch the Chiefs.
what would really be
very far
cool
away.
is if we, instead of being in the NFC, we're in the AFC. So then we could play the Chiefs because that'd be a good rivalry.
Well, generally teams
Yeah.
if there's two teams, well, I guess but the two New York teams, they're always one's AFC, one's NFC. And I think it's got to do with maybe so that they're not playing each other as much maybe. I don't know what it's
I don't
but
know,
if you
yeah.
ever see there's two
It was more of leveling the
if there's two
conferences
teams
out.
in a state or like Texas who has three, they're not always all of them in one conference.
Yeah.
They're always spread out. The two New York teams are on different conferences.
Yeah, we would be in the NFC. I mean, that's
The
just.
Cowboys and Texans are in opposite conferences. California's got both conferences.
Oh my gosh, this is funny. I literally just looked up Stan Kroenke list of teams. And it says the Rams. It goes the NFL team that Kroenke moved from St. Louis to Los Angeles 2016. It's almost like they're like, hey, this is the Rams. This is who they are. If you didn't know.
You know what they need to do? They need to, since the Rams are the bigger, they need to send the Chargers back to St. Louis since they're both in LA.
There was a big thing with Kroenke too a while back with Arsenal. He owns his football club. I think it's like overseas.
Arsenal, yeah,
They like I don't know what he did. He did something to make them all mad. I think it was the prices of the game. They were just so high for everything, and they were all like
yeah.
just protesting him. Like
Well,
had like pinatas at Kroenke and they're just hitting it. But no, he owns the Rams, obviously, the Denver Nuggets, the Avalanche, the Rapids MLS team, and Arsenal. He owns all those teams.
Well,
So-
what's
I didn't know that.
speaking of overseas soccer, have you guys ever seen how like Arsenal and all those they work? They have like minor league, like there's a top league. I think the Premier League's the top one, isn't
Something
it?
like that. I don't know.
And they have like relegation and promotion. Like, sometimes I feel like American sports need that because and then other times I think they should. Maybe we should like I'm talking about like with the USFL and the NFL. If that would be something that maybe probably not anytime soon, but maybe could get implemented into American sports.
The thing, actually, I seen this thing. So the commissioner of the UFL, he was saying,
Dwayne the Rock Johnson.
no, there's a commissioner. So he's a different name. The Rock,
He's just an owner,
He's
right?
just the owner. If you go to the Dome and you watch at a Battlehawks game, like the commercials in between, it's just all him the whole time. All the commercials like, well, he has like a tequila thing. It's like, it's like something. I even know the name because I watched Terramana Tequila, and it's just like Dwayne the Rock Johnson doing this the whole time. He hasn't showed up to St. Louis once. He doesn't care. He just wants. I mean, it's just money. I don't blame him. But anyways, the commissioner was talking about how they wanted to go head to head with the NFL, like head to head seasons wise. I'm like, dude, they keep switching up so much. It's like you got to commit to one thing. You're freaking. Their advertising's completely horrible. They have no advertisement, no marketing. It's just crap. That's where they're going wrong. When the XFL had a thing in 2020, their marketing was great. They had 10,000 people at every game because they marketed so well. That was Vince McMahon, the WWE guy. But they really did good in 2020. Then COVID hit. But that XFL would have worked for years. The UFL now, they have good investors. But if they can't figure out their marketing strategies, they're not gonna survive just because they can't. There's no word on the street. But it is spring football. I don't think it's not bad for anything. The best thing from it is it gives players opportunities. Like there's some D3 players that are in college, you have no chance. They can just go to the
Duggan.
But there's a bunch of D3 players and stories coming out. They have another year of eligibility or 2
Or they
years of
get
eligibility.
just another chance, like Rodrigo Blankenship.
Yeah, they're going to the UFL instead because they
Destroying.
don't get any coverage in D3. They're like, you know what, we're gonna go in the UFL to get, and that's good for the NFL. There's nothing hurts the NFL here.
It's almost like a minor league, like
It is, and
in a way.
the NFL just needs to straight up go, you know what, we're gonna adopt this, we're gonna help out, and we're gonna say, you know what, this is our minor league. Instead of they're also shunning it away.
Yeah, they're like pushing it away.
They
They
are.
don't want to be involved with it. at
They
all.
they're using the XFL kickoff.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, they.
Yeah, they're like, oh, this is good. Let's do it. It's like, dude, there's something going on that's good here. It's good for talent. It's good for players. Why are you guys? You have so much money. You guys are making so much money. It's ridiculous. Why don't you just help the freaking league out instead of just going, no, we're just gonna let them die? It's like, come on, NFL.
Yeah. Have you seen the people that talk about what if there was a playoff bracket for the worst teams in the league, and whoever wins the playoff bracket gets the first overall pick or something?
Yeah, there's another thing where
Would it
it's
be
like,
whoever wins or whoever loses?
Well, that's what I was thinking, because if it was loses, everybody just loses
everyone
on
just
purpose.
yeah.
So you almost have to make it wins. I don't know exactly how it worked, but it'd definitely be.
I did see a thing where they
don't
wanted to do the best team from the UFL against the worst team in the NFL as an exhibition.
Yeah.
And then whoever wins or loses goes to the NFL for a season. That would be crazy wicked.
That
Like
would be-
everybody would be tuned into that.
The NFL would
Everyone.
win by a landslide, though.
Oh yeah,
That is
100%.
true.
I'll agree with that. But dude, if a UFL team won, it would be like the biggest
Yeah, and then they go play the Chiefs and lose by
Yeah.
lose by 60.
It would be crazy. It would just be crazy.
So
Take
we
one more,
got
please.
we got 20 seconds left. I got one more question. If the NFL was to transfer a team to St. Louis, what team would you guys want to see?
If they're like a relocating team,
Yeah.
personally, I would love the Cardinals back. We could have
That would be pretty
we could
cool.
have a Cardinals St. Louis Cardinals baseball team and a St. Louis Cardinals football team, always like it was. Everybody would be invested in that. The Cardinals, we already have Cardinals gear.
Yeah.
That'd be so cool if the Cardinals came
It would be
back.
pretty cool. You really wouldn't have to how like St. Louis or like Busch Stadium has all the banners there, like the St. Louis Cardinals. You
Yeah.
really wouldn't have to change anything.
No,
either.
you'd be
Just
good.
like-
Yeah.
I'm gonna stick with my earlier statement. I think the Chargers would be a great fit.
Oh yeah, the Chargers. That
They
dude,
have
don't.
horrible fan attendance, and I mean it's a solid team. I just feel like they would fit in well in St. Louis.
They would.
Yeah, they would.
Blue and yellows are city colors too.
That's my pick. If there were to be a transfer, just a team to relocate in general, I would say the Chargers.
Last saying, message to the NFL, dude. Just take the Battlehawks, buy their name, buy the rights to the team, stick them in the NFL. We got a fan base,
And then we'll lose by 50.
and
every
we'll lose
single
by
game.
50 every game. But the call is the freaking law, man. Hope y'all have a good day.